coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, Prescott. And a dump off here to Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Prescott now. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Robinson. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll run here with Robinson. And he gets this early to the 41. Not near enough for the first. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Prescott from the gun. Robinson, a first down and then some. And down to the 28-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. James Robinson. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A give for Taylor running right side. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back at his 48-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Indianapolis. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. "37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To the right side, this is Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Throwing is Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 76 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. On 1st down, it's Robinson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a give, right side. It's Robinson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They run. Robinson. A solid stiff arm. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. All runs on the far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run on 1st down. Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. James Robinson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this is going to be the Colts' 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try the left side with Taylor. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 69 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Room here to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
Texans 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Over the middle, complete. That's Robertson. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
From the 27, Jackson. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Runs through the contact. And he's taken down at the 43. But not before picking up the first.
And the Colts down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They run with Taylor. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 127 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Able to power through and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Coltsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything?
Evades the tackler, and now some space.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for Indy.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Taylor. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his right. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jalen Waddle, his third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and through, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his target, Harris. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jacob Harris with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly.
Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Caleb Farley. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Jackson to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, what a move. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 178 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Prescott on first down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Houston. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Play action. Now Jackson. He gets it complete to Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 39, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
Even with a big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
52's the mark, boys. 52.
And Jackson throwing once more. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the try here for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Next was 63. Texans 41.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chance.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 12. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Now a give, right side. Robinson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Prescott off play action. And he is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Houston.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They'll let Robinson try and run. Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2 and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Check.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Let's go.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
1st and 10. Here's a 16-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 39.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Jackson's going to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. They were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
One last shot now for Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be.